explain how to calculate sum of x, find the sum of all values, and sometimes we need to get sum of x squared when we try to calculate the variance. This means squared each value, then find their sum. N represents the number of values. How to calculate mu, which represent the mean, or x bar, which is sum x over n. And we explained how to get the variance. How to get the variance? Sum of x minus x bar all squared. X bar represent what? The exact value of mu divided by n, or without subtracting, you can find the variance by finding the sum of x squared direct divided by n minus sum of x over n the whole squared, which represents what? Mu squared. By taking square root for the variance, so standard is square root of variance. But if we have a grouped table, simple or grouped, the frequency table, to get mu is sum x f divided by what? Sum f. And to get the variance, sum x squared f over sum f minus mu squared, which is sum xf over sum f the whole squared. Then standard deviation is square root of variance. But in case if it is a grouped table, you have to get the mid intervals, and when you apply mu for, it's sum xf over sum f, but here x represents the mid intervals. By the same way, for the variance, is sum of x squared f over sum f. This bar means the mid intervals, sum f minus mu squared. Today, I will use the same equations, but maybe I'll ask to get sum x if we have mu. If we have mu, how to get variance. If we have sum of x squared, how to get mu. It looks solving equations. So if we have sum of x and n, you can get variance. Look at this question. Given that n is equal to 25, sum of x is 275, variance x is 7, find sum of x squared. Sum of x squared, if you write the variance form, variance is sum x squared over n minus sum of x over n all squared. We have a formula. It's given the value of what? The variance x. Substitute by 7 equal sum of x squared, variance is 7, sum of x squared he asked to find, n given, which is 25, minus sum of x, which is 275, divided by 25 the whole squared, and exactly same like solving equation. To get sum of x squared as a subject, 7 negative to the other side to be positive, 275 over 25 all squared is equal to sum of x squared over 25. Calculate the left hand side, please. Then multiply it by 25 to get sum of x squared. Multiply all by 5. What is the final answer? Again? Is it correct? 3,200, all of you? Agreed? 3,200, correct. Combined sets of data. If we have, say, in the same question, we compare between the average of boys set and girls, and if we combine the both as a one group, how to get the average and how to get the standard. If, say, for boys, if we have some x squared, the number of boys, which is nx, you can calculate mu and you can calculate the variance. For the girls group, if, say, y, sum of y, you can get sum of y squared, the n values of y, you can calculate mu, you can calculate the variance. But if we combine both as a one group, how to calculate mu and how to calculate the variance? Say, for mu, we have to get the sum of all values divided by their number. So you can apply it for the sum of boys and sum of girls together. So you can write mu of x and y is equal sum of x plus sum of y divided by what? The number of x plus the number of y. You can calculate the average of mu. By the same way, for the variance, after calculating the mu for all together, you can find the variance. It's the sum of x squared, but in this case we have sum of x squared and the sum of y squared. So sum of x squared plus sum of y squared divided by their number in x and in y. This part minus mu squared. So if we have two groups and combined, you can use the same formula. For example, the heights x of 10 boys are given. Sum of x squared. From the first part, you can find mu of boys, and you can find the variance, you can find the standard. It's given enough information. Heights y, 15 girls, we have the number is 15, given the summation of y and the sum of a y squared. So also you can find the mu of girls, you can find the variance, you can find the standard. Calculate correct to three significant figure the standard deviation of the heights of all 25 children. To get the variance for only one set, variance is summation of x squared over n minus summation of x over n the whole squared. But we have two groups, combine them. Use summation of x squared and summation of y squared, but divided by summation of the values of x and values of y. When you subtract, you have to get mu of both. So to get mu is sum of x over n minus sum of x over n squared. So first I will get, this is mu for only one group, but for both I will write like this: mu is sum of x plus sum of y divided by n of x plus n of y. To get mu, I'm sorry, I wrote variance, sorry. Mu is sum of x over n, so to get mu, sum of x plus sum of y divided by nx, ny. By the same way for the variance, sum of x squared, but we have two groups, you have to add summation of x squared and summation of y squared. So sum x squared plus sum y squared, but divided by what? Sum of both number of x and number of y, minus sum of x plus sum of y divided by nx plus ny, the whole squared, which represents mu for all. Now, if you want to get it separately, calculate mu first, then use standard, or you can substitute in one equation. الميو. طب يلا, let's say v is summation of x squared. Summation of x squared is 275,490 plus summation of y squared 377,835 divided by nx and ny, which is 10 plus 15, minus all squared. Summation of x 1650. Summation of y 2370 divided by 10 and 15. Then by taking square root for the whole answer, you can find the standard. Give me your final answer. After taking square root or before?
Standard deviation 16.6.
Correct. The final answer for standard after taking square root, don't forget, your answer is 16.6. To get the standard is a positive square root of variance. It's given n of x, right? And given ny. Sum of x given, sum of x squared given, sum of y squared given. Calculate the girl's mean. He asked to get sum of y over the number of y, right? The question now is how to get summation of y. It's written here the standard deviation of all the group. So the variance of all group will be what? The variance of the whole group? 100. Just write the equation of the variance of the whole group. To get the variance is sum of x squared plus sum of y squared divided by nx plus ny minus sum of x plus sum of y divided by nx plus ny, the whole squared, right? We have variance, which is 100, is equal. Summation of x squared is 424320. Summation of y squared 352130. Divided number of x and number of y minus sum of x 7020. Sum of y, it's not given, divided n of x 120, n of y is 80, the whole squared. It's equation. Calculate this part. Yalla, please move it to the other side. So be 100 minus what? Just calculate this part only, please. You are right. You are right. Because its sign is negative, so it's a bit shifted to the other side to be 7020 plus summation of y divided by 200, the whole squared. So I will move 100 to the other side. This value is what? Minus 100. After minus 100 will be?
After minus 2.25.
Again?
378
378.2.25. Exact, right? Exact. This is squared. 7020 plus summation of y divided by 200 by taking the positive square root. 1 by taking the square root of this number. 62.5. 61.5. 7020 plus summation of y over 200 multiply by 200, then move 70 to the other side, so summation of y equals what? 5,280. But he asked to get what? Mu of girls. So sum of y divided by number of y. 5280 divided by 80. So the final answer is 36. 66. This is the final answer of B. We explained before when you calculate mu by using the coded data by subtracting a value or adding a value. I will explain this part again, then we'll explain how to use it for calculating the variance. I will give you 3 values. If we have 5 values, like 102, 104, 107, 110, and 113. How many values do we have? 5. How to calculate mu? Mu is sum of x over n. Sum of x, which is 102 plus 104 plus 107 plus 110 plus 113 divided by 5. Give me the final answer, please. 107.2. If you get sum of x only, sum of x only is 102 plus 104 plus 107 plus 110 plus 113. So the answer is the answer is 536. What about coding? If we have 5 values, 102, 104, 107, and we try to subtract any value constant like 100, if we subtract 100 from all values, if we subtract 100 will be 2, subtract 100, 4, subtract 100, 7, subtract 100, 10, subtract 100, 13. So if we try now to get summation of x minus 100, sum of all values after subtracting 100 will be 2 plus 4 plus 7 plus 10 plus 13. So now it's easier to find the sum even without using the calculator. So we use coding to make the calculation easier. So sum x minus 100 equals what? Equals 36. Now, if you get mu of x minus 100, if you get mu of x minus 100 divided by n, so will be 36 divided by 5, so the answer is 7.2. But this is mu of the values after subtracting 100. So what is the mu after repeat again adding 100 plus 100? So use coded data to be easier to calculate. How? Now if I ask to mu of the original values, which is written up, is sum of x minus 100 divided by n, but you have to add the 100 again. So in general, to subtract any value, mu is sum of x minus a divided by n, then you have to add the value of a. This is for mu. What about variance? I will give the same values, then ask to get the variance of the data before and the data after coding, and we'll see the difference. To calculate the variance, the summation of x squared over n minus summation of x over n the whole squared. Find sum of x, find sum of x squared, then we'll get the variance and the square root of the variance, standard deviation. Sum of x done before, 102, 104, 107, 110, 113. So the answer is 536. Yalla, square it. 12 squared, 104 squared, 107 squared, 110 squared, 113 squared. 3. The sum 5, 7, 5, 3, 8. Now, the variance is summation of x squared. Calculation is correct. 5, 7, 5, 3, 8 divided by 5 minus 5, 3, 6 divided by 5 the whole squared. Give me the answer exact, then round it 3 significant. So read exact. 15.76. I calculate the variance without coding, right? I will repeat it again after coding, after subtracting 100 from each value. The values which we have, now I will start to subtract 100, minus 100 to be 2, minus 100 to be 4, minus 100, 7, minus 100, 10, minus 100, 13. So done sum of x, done sum of x squared, and find mu and find the variance of the values after subtracting 100. So this will be sum of x minus 100 and sum of x minus 100 squared. Get mu and the variance. For summation of x minus 100, it's 2 plus 4 plus 7 plus 10 plus 13. So the answer is 36. Square it. 2 squared plus 4 squared plus 7 squared plus 10 squared plus 13 squared. So the answer, again, 338. If we try to get mu of x minus 100 after coding, if we try to get mu of x minus 100 values, will be sum of x minus 100 divided by n, which is 5. So 36 divided by 5 is 7.2. But to get mu of original, you have to add what? 100. This point is clear? Yalla, by comparing between variance after coding or before. Before coded, the answer of variance is what? 15.76. Let's now start to find the variance after coding. The variance of x minus 100 values. The summation of x squared, summation of x minus 100, all squared, divided by n, minus summation of x minus 100, divided by n, the whole squared. Summation of x minus 100, all squared is 338, right? Divided by 5 minus summation of x minus 100, which is 36, divided by n, which is 5, the whole squared.
Adding 100.
Without. Do you find the same answer with or without?
Without.
Do you find the same answer up before coding?
Uh,
Yes, have to be same. So after coded the values and calculate the mean, you have to add the 100 again. But for the variance, no need. Exactly same. So the final answer is it 15.76? 15.76. So for coded, mu is sum of x minus a over n. You have to add a again. But for the variance, no need. You will get the same answer. So sum of x minus a all squared divided by n minus sum of x minus a over n all. But this mu, if you write mu, yes, after the values of coded. This is the value of mu. What about coded? Listen, coded by subtracting the exact value of mu. The exact value of mu. What is the value of mu? Do you remember it? I think 17107 point something. Where? 107.2? Okay. 107.2. See, the value of A, now I will take it exact value of mu. Subtract 107.2 exact. Yalla, please give me the values. Subtracting 107.2. So now I will try to get x minus 107.2. I will try to get x minus x bar. The first one will be negative 5.2. The second will be negative 3.2, negative 0.2, negative or positive now? Now positive 2.8, 5.8. Without any calculation, what is the sum of x minus x bar? 0. So you said the variance after coded, no need to add the value before. So if I wrote it like this, x minus x bar squared divided by n minus sum of x minus x bar over n all squared, this part is what? 0. So the final answer of the variance is sum x minus x bar all squared divided by n. This is the final form. This is the final form. X minus x bar is equal to 0. So if you square it, also will be 0. So before the final form, I needed to use it. Mu is sum of x minus a over n. You have to add a. Mu, so for the variance, sum of x minus a squared divided by n minus sum of x minus a over n, the whole squared. But in case, if you subtract the exact value, if we change now a with exact value of mu, so the second part will be what? 0. So variance is sum of x minus x bar all squared divided by n. The second part will be 0.